and our topic is so controversial. So controversial. And I'm so excited because I like to be controversial. And I also like to shake things up in you to make sure that you are thinking for yourself and make sure that you are not making the mistakes that people so often are making. All right. So, first to start off, I want to know where you're watching from. On Instagram, just drop your city. On Facebook and YouTube, also just drop the city you're calling in from or you're watching from. And then we are going to get started. Oh my goodness, this is such a good one because it is entitled, well, it's not a specific title, it's more the topic why you should say yes to every date. Why you should say yes to every date. Hi from Carlsbad and Glitter and Lashes. Nice to see you. Hako Food. Nice to see you. I'm heading to back to Hako, Costa Rica in a few weeks. I'm so excited. So why should you say yes to every single date? You're probably already falling off your chair. You're probably already in resistance. You're probably already like, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. So this is especially for you if you are resistant to that notion. On YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're calling in from over here, I'd like to know where you're calling in from. Drop your city in the chat. All right. So, why? Why are we saying yes to every single date? You might be saying, Barbara, aren't you here to help us find the one? Like, why would I say yes to all this riffraff? Well, there are many reasons, and today I'm going to share 3 of the major reasons. So, first of all, a little disclaimer of safety, okay? You got to be normal in the head. Like, be safe. Like, don't just be ridiculous and, go on a date with a guy who is like threatening you or sexually explicit and wants to meet you in a hotel room by yourself. And like, you're like, oh, Barbara told me to say yes to every date. No, I did not say yes, tell you to say yes to that kind of date. Okay. Like, I'm just putting it out there. What I'm talking about is normal guys who you can trust, to a certain point. Of course, you can't trust anybody until you get to know them. Normal guys on the apps who you would normally just with one swipe, just swipe away. Like, no, gross, ugly, bad pictures, not educated enough, whatever you might be thinking. Those guys, okay, that you are just discarding from the get-go. Why should you listen to this? Because you don't already have the results that you want. So try something different. Hey, 1901 Williams, nice to see you. So try something different, okay? Say yes to every opportunity for a date. And this is, okay, the first reason, I'm getting a call. I should really turn off my ringer. The first reason for this, yikes, I don't know how to do this. The first reason for this, let's just dive right in. Okay, we're not diving right in. I've been blabbing about nothing and you guys are waiting. The first reason is because it helps break you out of your judgments of people, which has not been that great up until now. So you think you know best, but you actually don't. You think you know what you're judging, but you actually don't fully. You might on a surface level, I'll give you that, but you don't fully know who that person is. Would you agree with that? Would you agree that you really don't actually know this person? So I have my own personal experience with this. When I was dating many years ago, I used to hate it when men would show pictures of their like fresh caught fish or something like that, right? I was just like, oh, they're so hick. That's not my style. Like, I would judge them right off the bat. And it turns out that I started saying yes to every date for a little while. Okay, this is not forever. It's just for a little while. And you'll point number 2 and point number 3 are going to help you understand why. For a little while, I started saying yes to these dates. And the beautiful thing that happened is I stopped judging men who posted pictures with their fish. Why? Because I realized they're just amazing, lovely, wonderful, awesome, cool guys that have a different lifestyle than me. And they're still amazing for somebody. And I still got to have a nice coffee with someone and got to know them. And without fail, I always learned something new about myself and about what I wanted in a man from these dates that I normally would have just discarded before I even gave them a chance. So that brings me further into why we should say yes to every date. We are saying yes initially, okay? So when you're working with me, this is the homework you would get. Say yes to every date because you are going to expand your ability to be surprised. You're going to expand your ability to appreciate different kinds of men. And you're going to expand your ability to trust yourself, believe it or not. Because here's the number one mistake that you don't want to make. And that is point number 2. Point number 2 is you don't want to wait for the one to go on dates. Because what you're doing is you're just locking yourself up in your house waiting for the one, and he's not going to come that way. Okay? So the reason number 2 you want to say yes to every date is this way you are not waiting and waiting and waiting for the perfect guy on some freaking app to show up in such a perfect way online for you to know he's the one. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, okay? Because first of all, you cannot ever really convey who you truly are and the amazingness that you are in an app, on a profile, even on Zoom, right? On Zoom, at least you can get to know someone. But if you are already discarding people on the apps based on what they look like or what they say, you are missing so many opportunities to meet different people and to meet the one as well. And you're by holding out for the perfect guy, you are actually doing the opposite. Sorry, guys, just getting over, a cold. So, number 2 reason for saying yes to every guy is you're not waiting for the one before dating. This is an excuse. It's a reason to not take action. You let yourself be paralyzed. And also, it helps you get out to start exploring what you like and don't like. It will help you feel abundant in the process. Now, I have a process called abundance dating that I'm not going to go into right now, but this adds to it for sure. It means you have a lot of men around you. You get to know what it is you like and you don't like, because many of you have been single for a long time and you just refuse to date until the one comes along. Well, that's not helpful, right? First of all, your imagination of the one is limited to what you think you don't want, and then what you made up you do want from that. But imagine dating a lot of men and really getting a great idea, adding on to your what I don't want list and adding on to your what I do want list. So you might have a really nice coffee with Fish Guy, and you might know for sure that this will never go anywhere, but you're just enjoying, you're being present. You get to practice your femininity, and he says something that is so profound for you that it goes on your list that you never thought you actually wanted in a man. For example, the way he talks about his ex-wife or something. You're like, I never put that on my list, but I really enjoyed how this guy Tom talked about his ex-wife. What a great win from this date. And you go home and you don't have to be nervous if he's going to call you and if he likes you well enough. It was just a nice meeting with a nice man. It doesn't have to be dramatic and butterflies and chemistry every single time. You see, this is what we are waiting for. We're waiting for the sparks from the get-go. And it doesn't always happen on every single date, but you're missing out on opportunities of practicing your dating and practicing your femininity. And that's a really, really difficult thing to practice when you're not in front of men. We do a lot of femininity work. A lot of women these days are doing a lot of femininity work, but they are doing it in the bubble of being with other women or by themselves. And the second you get in front of men, you turn into an idiot. And I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm just saying from my own experience, I was so well versed in being in the feminine, doing self-care, all the things. And as soon as I was in front of a date, I was like a blubbering idiot again and nervous. And, wanted to make sure he liked me and all the things where I was being perfect because I wasn't yet well versed enough in dating. I wasn't dating enough people to just be like, cool, like I'm on another date. It doesn't matter if he likes me or not. I'm having a good time, right? So before I go on to the third point, what it is not meant to do is to trick you into a relationship you don't want. So this is where you're afraid. You're afraid that my advice is going to get you into a relationship again that you don't want. Well, it's actually going to do the opposite. It's going to get you into the exact relationship you want eventually, because you are exploring more options, you're widening your reach, you're stopping your hi Mary Carol, you're stopping your judgments of men, you're getting over, hey Lisa, oh my gosh, all the friends, you're getting over your own bullshit stories about men, you're getting over your own fears, you're just getting over yourself, and you're making it about, okay, I'm going out on a nice date with a nice man, and it doesn't have to be the one. And that pressure is off. And you're more likely going to attract the right man because that pressure is off. My dog is like barking. I don't know what she wants. All right. So don't fret. You're not going to end up getting tricked into a relationship with someone that you don't want to be with, because there's more to it, right? It's not just like, okay, go say yes to every date. I mean, actually, many of you, if you actually implement this, will find the one. You don't even have to hire a coach or anything, but you won't. You likely won't. And that's where the accountability of having a coach comes in, the community of other women to support you and cheer you on. They're also learning the same things. They're not your single girlfriends who don't know what the heck they're talking about, right? But if you actually implement everything I say on any of these videos, you are going to find your man. But the trick is that many of us just consume the information passively and we don't actually take action. That's the sad thing. But never fret, there's always people out there to support you if you're willing to invest in yourself, and if you're really that committed to getting the relationship, you will find a way to make it happen. Okay, number 3. I still haven't told you number 3. Number 3 is the beautiful thing about saying yes to all the dates is it gets you more dates. It gets you more comfortable on dates. It gets you more confident. It gets you more confident. Who here is whining and complaining about not feeling confident, right? Doing actions in the area that you don't feel confident in gets you confidence. It's a beautiful thing. And the best part is many of these men are not men you're excited about. And why that's a good thing is because you're not so nervous. You're not like stumbling over yourself or like carrying that your hair is like poofy up here or, carrying that your makeup is exactly like balanced or whatever, that you're even wearing makeup or that your clothes are perfect or that whatever, whatever. Right? When you are super attracted to someone or super hyper excited to meet someone, it actually takes away from your true self, from showing up the way that you really want to show up. And it takes your power away. You're giving your power to this date. When you are just dating multiple men just for the enjoyment of dating and for the openness of receiving what might come, you're not so grippy on the outcome and you don't care as much. And you stop caring what they think and you start caring what you think. Like, who cares if he thinks you're beautiful enough or your makeup is perfect or whatever? Do you feel good? Do you feel confident? Do you feel happy? Do you feel excited to meet a new human? Do you like him? Have you ever considered that? Do you like him? Or are you just objectifying him into this person that you imagine in your head who he isn't, right? That gets in the way too when chemistry gets in the way. We put this a projection onto these men and objectify them as the perfect husband, the perfect this, he's so this, he's so this. And then you don't even see the red flags when they come up. Or you don't even allow yourself to see his flaws and move way too quickly into the wrong kind of relationship. So, yes. So this builds up. I was just looking at my notes. This builds up the energy of not caring, or better said, surrendering or letting go or not being attached, right? Like modern psychology speak. It helps you build that energy inside of you so that when you do meet the one, or when you do meet a few people that are above the level of guys that you've ever dated before, and you're getting excited that these higher quality guys are coming into your circles, you are a lot more unattached and you're a lot more able to really just enjoy the process and not get grippy and needy and overly excited and overly pushy to make this happen, because you have this surrendered, everything's going to work out, I'm confident, I am unattached kind of energy. So it is in preparation for when you will meet the guy, when you will meet your guy. So do yourself a favor, get on the apps today and start swiping on as many men that look half decent as you can. And I always say swipe on, about 15 men a day, and say yes to every date that comes out of that. And stay tuned for more content, because I'm always here delivering more content like this. So let me know if you liked it. Thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, follow me here if you enjoyed, and if you want to know more content. All right, I am going to leave that there. It was so nice to see you all. Bye, everybody. This is always the trick.